All right, Tim, I promised you a video of what we're doing through machine tool. I'm gonna have the mat come down here. So this is a bore where the cone rides for your bearing, which it's marked up, but there's still a lot of good contact. We could clean that up as best as. Your problem is this shoulder. So we always knew it was a problem, but we couldn't machine it or do anything yet to it because of, we didn't have the bucket, the basket, and the shaft that goes through it, and we didn't feel comfortable machining this before we had all the parts. We do all our measurements, double check them, and then go on this thing. So what's gonna take place is we're gonna clean this all up. I'm probably gonna put titanium putty just to make these holes kind of disappear. It's just to give it more stability so there's more contact surface. And then also, we're gonna cut this side down so it's a shoulder. And with that shoulder, we're gonna be measuring up spacers, and we're gonna have a spacer from this shoulder that we're gonna be machined to your bearing. So then that way it locks into place and these Timkens don't walk around and bounce all over the place, because that's generally what's been happening with you. I'm gonna go oversized on the size of the spacer, and I'm gonna use 4140. It's a really good material for this application. And then I can walk around to the other side of this thing. Oh, we had put new caps on it. Oh, you know what, I'm sorry, he got this thing tight. But if you're showing this side, I don't know if you could get in there. This one is better than the other side, but still got damage. So we're gonna clean that all up to make it better. Now, while we made these plates here, we knew we were gonna make them. And that's because we don't believe they were supposed to be that thin. I think over time what happened was this basket was slowly moving up and down, and it was causing this wear. And also you had a heat spot for whatever reason on this thing. So I'm not sure on that one. And we didn't agree with that. I feel like it should have been almost raised up to this diameter here, and it just over time it just gave out. And we put this bearing on. This is your old bearing, so don't worry about that. We just want to make sure the fit was right. But you could see on this side, I don't know if you could bring the camera in close enough. This is the other problem you had. You could see how worn out it is in that area, and that's how much it chewed up. So what happened with your machine is maybe lack of lubrication, whatever the case is. I can't predict that, but this thing was bouncing all around. It wasn't secured at all with these Timken bearings. Timken bearings is it's a cup and cone, and you drive this nut right here is what sets your backlash, preload, whatever you want to call it. And since all the metal on this thing was chewed out, this thing was riding up and down. You know, you got 400 or 500 pounds running 400 RPMs, I think it was on this thing. That was your problem of why this thing, you know, just probably shaking all over the place and whatever the case is. When it's bouncing around stuff, that's probably why you cracked this housing too, this shaft on there. So we're gonna fix that. We finally get to work on this thing now, which is cool. But I'll get you another video once I get this all machined, which is a housing, and then we're gonna take all of our measurements for the shims, or I'm sorry, the spacers, and then we're gonna put this all back together. Now, once I have all this said and done, that's when I'm going to figure out the brake and motor system, because I gotta see where my measurements are, where my height is, what I can and cannot work with. But this is our, you know, this has to be done first and foremost. And then after that, we'll stand this thing up on a bench, and then we'll start figure out what kind of VFD you want, what type of braking system, you know, what type of buttons or whatever the case you want. We'll get into all the fun stuff, but I want to get this all taken care of, at least to show you what's going on. So if you have any questions, please give me a call. If you want to stop by, you're more than welcome to, but I'm hoping this thing goes on the machine tomorrow, I want to say, after we do a couple more measurements. And then maybe by Friday, I should have this pretty much done so that I can move on to the next phase. So, but yeah, like I said, give me a call anytime, and we'll go from there. Thank you.